appearing on behalf of Miss Soka.
You didn't get the benefit of mine. No, Choka.
I believe it's
Yeah.
pronounced Soka.
It's Choka.
Okay, thank you. All right, your name, please, ma'am.
Choka.
Ma'am, your name for the record, please.
Looking to me?
Yes.
Oh, America Choka.
All right, thank you. And so council as to the arraignment.
At this time, Judge, we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My client stands mute.
We'll read the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. And we will schedule this matter for pretrial on, well, we can do July 24th.
I just wanted to say a couple of things that I overlooked.
You're not going to speak about the case today.
The thing is,
Ma'am, please stop, okay? All right, so.
I was in 15 years in California, and so I just got turned around. I wasn't drunk.
Ms. Choka, stop talking for 5 minutes, please, okay? Unless you're asking a question, please stop talking. Thank you.
Okay. The thing is, I'm a star, ma'am. I'm playing Catwoman in the next film. I can't, like, I need to go home today. You know, there are a number of things that I'm doing right now, and I'm just asking for.
And one of the things you're going to be doing is to stop talking, because I've asked you to stop talking, and you're not following the court's directions right now, which does not bode well for you if you want to be released from custody. I don't know that you're going to follow this court's orders. Counsel, ask to bond.
I will.
No, ma'am, it's your turn to talk right now. It's your attorney's turn to talk. Mr. Westmoreland, I think you might be muted because I can't hear you.
You're correct. I was muted. She's self-employed as a speaker. She has no prior criminal history. She has no pending matters out of any other jurisdiction. She's not currently on probation or parole. And after speaking with her at length, she did assure me that she would be appearing at all future court dates. She does understand the importance of showing up and appearing. With that being said, Judge, I'd simply be requesting consideration for a personal bond on her behalf.
Okay. And ma'am, how long have you been in the state of Michigan?
Like a year, a little bit longer than a year. I'm here getting my father's inheritance. That's why I'm here from California. 2 years about. I'm here getting all the information together, but you know, my mind is still wired up in California. So I was just turned around, you know, yes. And so he requested a personal bond. I also, you know, as another option, I want to know if I can call my friend because he would not allow, you know, I wasn't allowed to finish the call. Just, you know, that personal bond would be, you know, great, but it's another option. I wondered that because again, I am a star. I am starring in the next Catwoman film, and there's so much that I have to do. Yeah, she's listening. So there's just so much that I have to do. And, you know, I was not familiar with the territory as I should, you know, as I guess I would like to be. So, you know.
So ma'am, how long have you lived in Lincoln Park?
About 2 years or so.
And who do you live there with, ma'am?
My husband and I initially lived together, but we are separated right now. So I'm, it's just, you know, by myself, you know, it's my house.
Okay, and so you are currently shooting a movie?
I'm in the next Catwoman film.
When is that scheduled? When is that scheduled to film?
3 months where it should be filming, and there's just so much I have to do to gear up for that, classes that they're having me take, karate, things like that. There's so much that I have to 4 months. There's so much that I have to, gear up to do to begin, production on that. Even if it were out to 4 to 5 months.
And so where are you supposed to be doing that filming at, ma'am?
California. A little bit will be here, but the training is here. It's in California. They know I'm here getting my father's inheritance together, so they're, they're working with me on, certain things. I did, secure the one house in there anyway. And then, and the house was star attacked. They tore down the drywall. They put chemicals all over the house, which has damaged my skin here. So I'm dealing with, all of that.
Okay.
Yes, and
so here's what the court's going to do. You're claiming that you don't really live here. You're only here for your dad's inheritance. Based upon the lack of connection to the state of Michigan, based upon.
no, I live here.
Yeah.
I live here. I grew up in Michigan.
How long have you lived in California?
15 years.
And so what happened in Lincoln Park in April, ma'am?
I live in Michigan, definitely live in Michigan.
Okay, well, you have charges from April 22nd in Lincoln Park. What happened?
What happened? I don't understand.
In April, it shows that there was a warrant requested for something that occurred in Lincoln Park for you.
April 22nd of this year?
Yes.
I was in my apartment and I'm hiring an attorney to refute those charges. I was in my apartment and then, the manager, the manager, the girlfriend of the fact is that, they locked my apartment and then I had to get in. And so I asked someone to open the lock there of the window so I can get into the apartment. It was really just such a simple thing.
Okay. Okay, here's what the court's going to do. The court wants to ensure Miss Cha is going to appear in court, wants to make sure she's going to comply with the court's conditions and that she's not going to be leaving the state before our next court date. The court's going to order a $5,000 10% bond. You're not to be released without an alcohol and GPS tethered through the Wayne County Jail.
I didn't hear you. The last part. After the bond.
You are going to have an alcohol and GPS tethered through the Wayne County Jail. You get a copy of your bond conditions, and then we will see you back on July 24th.
So do I need the bond to get out of the, am I getting a personal bond?
You're not getting a personal bond. Also, you're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed. Here we go.
You will have to clarify, you will have to post $500 cash to get it out of custody.
I'm sorry?
You will have to post $500 to get out of custody.
And can I call my friend then because the phone was hung up abruptly, not by me, by an officer, so I just wanna make sure I can make the call here. Can I make the call here?
When we're done here, we got other things to do, so you're gonna have to.
So I'm asking that question,
I'm telling you.
I guess, to the attorney, to my attorney.
I don't have the authority to allow you to make a phone call.
Ma'am, that's the police department. Ma'am, that's something with the police department.
So I didn't hear the judge.
Your question is directed to the police department. I don't have authority to tell the police department how many phone calls somebody can have or not have. I don't know. So, but they'll work with you, ma'am.
Okay, so you said you're gonna give me a call then, officer? Okay. So you're gonna
Alright, come on. Let's
You
go.
have another case to do, so go back to
Did
your
you
cell.
bring
Yeah,
that
I'm
with you?
not with you.
Matter of the state of Michigan versus Michael Paul Torres, 24956. And detective, your name for the record, please.
Detective Chelsea Hanskin.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear from the testimony you're about to give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, thank you. You may proceed on the warrant.
On July 8th, 2024, Wyandotte Officer Saltzman and Stathakis were patrolling the area of Ford Ave and 4th Street in Wyandotte, Michigan, when they observed a blue Chevy Colorado disregard the red light at eastbound Ford Ave and 4th Street. As officers made a U-turn to initiate a traffic stop, the driver, later identified as Michael Torres, was sticking his foot out the window displaying his ankle monitor. Officer Saltzman indicated Torres appeared very anxious during the traffic stop. Torres was speaking quickly, breathing heavily, avoiding eye contact, and sweating. Torres stated he was a convicted felon for murder and was trying to get home before his ankle monitor went off. Torres was asked to step out of the vehicle and began pacing back and forth. A lien check showed the registration for the vehicle was expired since October 3rd, 2023, and the vehicle did not have valid insurance. A tow truck was requested. During an inventory search of the vehicle, Officer Stathakis located a gray pouch on the passenger seat of the vehicle. Inside of the pouch was a glass pipe often used to smoke methamphetamine and a white crystal substance which later field tested positive as methamphetamine. Torres was placed under arrest. During the additional search of the vehicle, an open bottle of Caliber vodka was located behind the passenger seat.
All right, thank you. Upon examination of opinion witness, I find the offenses charged were committed. There's probable cause to believe the defendant committed the offense. All right, and counsel, your appearance, please.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Torres. Is Mr. Torres present? There he is. Mr. Torres, would you please state your name for the record?
Michael Paul Torres.
Right there.
Okay. Our network bandwidth is low. Whatever that's supposed to be. All right, and counsel, as to the arraignment.
Yes, Judge, at this time we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My client stands mute.
Court will waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. So you have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court will appoint one to represent you. And in fact, you've had an opportunity to speak to an attorney today, correct?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You also have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury. You also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing may be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The court's entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf. And we're going to schedule this matter for a probable cause conference on July 18th.
10:15.
At 10:15 a.m. All right, and counsel, as to bond.
Yes, Your Honor, I would be requesting consideration to have Mr. Torres tethered to a inpatient rehab facility. He currently is out on bond out of the Third Circuit Court. I believe it is a pending drug case as well. He is currently residing in Ecorse. He is gainfully employed at Gold Star Landscaping. And after speaking with him at length this afternoon, he did assure me that he would be appearing at all future court dates. I don't believe he has any history of absconding from any honorable court, and he does understand the importance of making sure he does appear in a timely fashion. I would just ask that all be taken into account when assessing a bond.
Mr. Torres, you're currently on parole?
Not on parole, sir. I mean, ma'am.
I believe he's awaiting sentencing. Is it sentencing, Mr. Torres?
Well, my next court date's the 19th. They came in me with a plea deal. More than likely, I'm gonna take that
Okay.
plea deal. I was waiting to talk to my lawyer.
Hold on a moment, sir. You were sentenced to prison in 2003, were you not?
Yes,
17 to 30 years. So you,
I got out in 2019, ma'am.
2019, you were released. And you weren't placed on parole, you were just released as completing your sentence. What's that?
Completed my parole.
All right, and since that time, you have a matter from 2020 in Monroe County that was nolle pros, domestic violence. And then let's jump to 2024. And you've had a lot of police contact, sir. Out of the 21st District Court in Garden City, you were bound over for felony assault with a dangerous weapon and a felony weapon matter. And in May of 2024, out of the 28th District Court, you were bound over on a felony possession of controlled substance matter or delivery manufacture of methamphetamine, same type of matter you're charged with here.
And you
And
know what? I became an addict.
I'm
And
not
I,
done.
and I apologize. All right,
I'm
I'm
not
sorry.
done. I'm not done. And so you were bound over to circuit court on that matter. And from March of 23, there was something in Inkster alleging an assault. I don't know if anything ever happened with that. And then now here we are in this manner. And, so you're out on bond, sir, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what matters are you out on bond for?
For the Garden City and for the South Gate.
And the 28th District Court is a possession charge, which is the exact same thing that you're charged with now. Is that correct?
Yes, and I need help. And I have asked my last lawyer this, that I do need help. I lost my job. It became hard to get a job and I became an addict. I'm not proud of it at all.
And so, sir, you're saying that you need help. Have you taken any steps on your own for treatment or for help?
Into it, and then they tell me that the same time I'm working is the same time it's going on. And then I'm restricted, I have to be at home at 6:30. And I'm sorry, it's hard when you're getting depressed on your own and you don't have nobody to talk to. I live alone.
And Detective Esteban?
Your Honor, I do have serious concerns. As you stated, he has offended, even though he is on tether, he has offended multiple times, similar to the situation here in Wyandotte. So I'm going to request a $25,000, 10% bond.
Given Mr. Torres's current charges, the fact that he's currently out on bond in two matters, one of which is the exact same offense that he's charged with in this matter, and he's also charged as a habitual offender fourth offense, the habitual offender fourth offense notice. The court wants to ensure Mr. Torres is going to appear in court and also for the safety of the public in this matter. The court's going to order a $25,000, 10% bond. I'm going to also order, sir, that you can be tethered to treatment upon request. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. Anything else?
Not at this time, Your Honor.